Just lost you, rockin'! Wow!
Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me this week is Jody Havnot.
Greetings from Jindal.
And Mr. Andrew Kiss.
Ooh, Gaily rules, bro.
I don't recognize that one.
That's a very obscure one. That's Matt Pike rig rundown. That's the first thing he says.
That is very obscure.
One person gets that.
I've watched all the rig rundowns, but I don't know them enough to know little
It's
phrases.
from High on Fire.
All right, I might have skipped that one. Who knows?
What tuning is it? It's in man tuning.
Well, welcome to Podcast Rock City. We are your weekly Kiss fix. And basically, if you've never listened to the show, what we do every week is we talk about the news of the week, and then we talk about a subject. And this week, there was some news. It's and everybody that read the story immediately online, bam, their heart dropped. They had a little flutter, and they went, "Oh my God!" And that was that a warrant was served to Gene Simmons' house, having something to do with mistreatment of children, which automatically means kiddie porn, child molestation, that kind of stuff. When you guys heard that, or read it, what was the first thing in your mind?
What the fuck?
Basically, that was what I thought too. What the fuck? And then immediately, for the article I read, it said at the very top that he was not a suspect, but most of them didn't say that. Did you guys see that?
Well, I got confused because when they said Simmons family not suspects, I still thought that that meant Gene as a possibility, and they were separating the rest of the Simmons family.
What about you, Jody?
Oh man! Anytime you see a big headline like that, all you can do is go "Oh fuck, dude," because no one wants that kind of trouble.
And you got to read the article.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I kind of had the same reaction too.
But Shannon did post something later that night that said, "I can't say what's going on, but change your Wi-Fi password as often as you can."
Yeah, if it's not secured, I think they were talking about it on the Kiss Room. If your Wi-Fi network isn't secured, your server or whatever, anyone can get into all your stuff.
Right.
And they use your IP address, right? So then anything that they may be doing that may be illegal, if the feds trace it, it goes back to your address because you're the one who's registered to it, even though you may or may not have, looked at child porn or what have you.
Right. Somebody can sit right out in front of your house and do it.
Right. Easily.
Yeah, that is scary as hell. But
you know what? I changed my on my router. If anyone in the area is looking to connect, mine and it says FBI surveillance van. That's what I named it. Just to fuck with people who may be trying to leech my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's messed up. But the good news is that they're not suspects, and I think that they said when it happened that Gene was out of the country. The family was.
Right.
It's just real scary.
It is kind of scary, man. We're living in some scary times as far as technology goes and Big Brothers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're not too far from 1984, really.
Yeah. It's also Gene's birthday this week.
Yes, it is.
August 25th, he'll be 66 years old.
Yeah. Almost a year from the last time I saw Kiss.
The Demon.
Nah, he's Gene Simmons, man. I don't like calling him the Demon. I prefer the Devil Batbird.
Fucking Devil Batbird.
Or Gene Simmons,
Or Heimwitz.
Right.
Oh, you said that so well.
Thanks.
It was because you have Hungarian descent, right, Andrew?
I am, of Hungarian descent. Wish I was well hung.
Well, Hungarian.
So check this out.
Added that.
Say what? No, I'm not editing that.
You fuck.
I know you're letting everybody know you got a big long one. Anyway, 35 years ago, Kiss did People magazine cover with Eric Carr.
Classic.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I flip through it and look at all the cigarette and booze ads in it, and I'm like, damn, they don't do that no more.
Right.
Have you ever seen it or read it, the article, Andrew?
Nope. What's People?
People magazine.
I know what it is.
Oh, okay. Damn, you got me. You got me good. But I remember.
I don't know the actual article.
I remember being in the supermarket, and I had a choice. I could either get a Reggie bar, which was basically a candy bar for Reggie Jackson, or the People magazine, and I of course got the People magazine. And it was a pretty cool article. You know, when you're reading it, they're showing pictures of Ace holding his daughter, and he's without makeup but covering up. You know, and it's showing. You know, it was just a really good story. I don't ever remember them doing one on them when Peter was in the band.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, where they were on the cover. You know, but anyway.
So
Also,
put People on People magazine. I'm a fucking people. People.
Yeah.
Also, Neil Peart. Did you guys happen? Or it's Peart, right? Is it
Peart. It's Peart.
Neil Peart. That's anyway.
It's like one of those douchebags that say encyclopedia or something like that's a different pronunciation.
Right.
Yeah, or vitamin.
No, that's a UK thing.
Yeah.
Same like aluminium.
Aluminium.
I like that. I think that sounds cooler than the way we say it.
Sounds like a rare aquatic bird. The aluminium.
Yeah, I heard a guy from the UK say, we say schedule because there's a fucking H in it or something like that. Anyway, he was talking
Do
about...
they say shul for school?
Yeah, good point.
How can people say idea?
Yeah,
like
I never
an
get
idea.
that. I never get
like
that.
that.
There's
like
no...
Paulie from West Coast Chopper or American Chopper, he says idea.
Wow.
Anywho.
I always hear people saying eam. Like, it drives me crazy. They'll be like, I talked to eam.
Oh my
God.
You know what I mean? It's like eam, though. It's weird.
I talked to him.
Talk to eam.
Oh my god, that would drive me nuts.
I hate all of the sudden. It's all of a sudden.
Yeah?
Pet Peeves by Podcast Rock City. Neil
Right.
Peart, the guy with the douchebag name, he apparently complained about... I just pissed off a lot of people.
Including me.
He just complained about, the marketing of Kiss and blah, 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 and how they took it too far or whatever. Anyway, I always like reading the comments below, and somebody wrote, "You're absolutely right, Mr. Peart. Now I'm going to go on to Rush.com and buy a $600 golf bag."
That seems unlike him, though. Like,
yeah.
Just why bother? Just, that just seems un-him.
Sometimes people just open their mouths.
That's true.
So that's pretty much the news. I wanted to tell you before we move forward that I have changed podcastrockcity.com. Go there. There's a video on the front page that tells you everything that's going on. Also, there is now a donate button on the website where you can donate to our show. This way we can get certain things, nicer microphones or pay for the, good Lord, the hosting of the show alone is very expensive. Anything you can donate, even if it's $1, we appreciate it, and you don't have to. The show is always going to be free. Okay, it's always going to be free, but anything that you can do to help us out, eventually we're all going to be like, hey, we want to take a trip up to Cleveland and meet, and then you can help with that too if you really want to. Anyway, so go to podcastrockcity.com, and if you want to send us letters, you can go to podcastrockcity1.
That's the number 1.
At gmail.com.
gstring.com.
And you can send us... Yeah, you can send us letters for Ask Andrew or anything in particular, comments about the show. Okay, so with all that being put aside and behind us now...
Hey, I got one more piece of news if we want to touch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's news. I believe it's news, but you guys heard the Kiss Room Friday, right?
I heard half of it before I had to work.
Well, did you hear the Bob Gruen interview? The first part?
Yes.
Well, what did you think? He was saying that, how he shot Dressed to Kill, but he was saying that Gene and Ace were wearing his
suits, not Billy
not
Coins. Right. That was.
I've never heard that before.
When he said that, I went, "Whoa!"
I did too. I was like, "Holy shit!"
That's a completely different story than what we've.
And he even gave details like the clogs that Gene was wearing
were his wife's.
Yeah, and it made Gene's foot look like hooves.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Now, when he said that, I was like, "Shut the hell up!"
I was too, man. I was wondering if you guys, I haven't heard anything else about it since, but I just listened to the show last night on the way to work, and I was like, "Holy shit, what?"
Yeah.
Because I've always been told that it was Bill Aucoin's suits.
But I always heard that all of their suits were Bill Aucoin's because they didn't own any.
Except for Peter's.
Right, but he's saying that Peter and Ace didn't own a suit, and that
No.
Paul and Peter did.
Yeah, Paul and Peter were supposedly wearing their own suits.
Right.
And they look like it when you think about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They fit well, and they're like the right style for each guy. I don't know, I just wondered if you guys, that's kind of news to me.
That is news.
And then when he asked the question, because I always saw pictures of them taking the photo, or in between, they just kept snapping. And if you look, there's a group of black guys standing to the right side in some of the outtakes, and they're kind of smiling. And I always thought they were laughing about what they were seeing. And I always wanted to know what was the thing like, and he was like, nobody even noticed.
Right.
He's like, you really got to be crazy to get people in New York to show you, because to notice you, because we've got crazy people.
Right. Yeah, it was a very cool interview. So thanks a lot for that, Matt.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Matt Porter and the Kiss Room. If you get a chance, they're on iTunes. Go and listen to it, and listen to the last episode, because I was on it, and the one before that, and the one before that, because they're always good, and the music's always good, and Matt is a very positive individual.
Matt rules.
Matt rules. Okay, so let's move on to the topic of the week. It's Jody's turn to pick, and he picked...
I picked Animalize.
Animalize. I'll be honest and say I put that record on today for the first time in probably 2 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I feel the same way about it now as I did 2 years ago.
Right.
We'll get into that. So
cool.
This is the album... post Vinnie Vincent.
Yep. Mark St. John and Bruce's first record.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But he's a ghost.
Right.
Bruce's Ghost's first record.
Yeah,
for me, dude, it just has a little bit of a sentimental deal, because this is the first record I ever got from Kiss when it was brand new, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I loved it, man.
Go to the record store and pull it off the shelf.
Yeah, it was awesome. Very cool.
So, as a whole, how do you feel about the record, Andrew?
Love it. Certain songs are a little iffy, and I find the solos are really bad. I'm sorry to say, but a lot of the solos are just awful. But the songs themselves I really dig. A lot of positive messages and positive vibes on the album.
Right.
Right.
For me, it's like I have it on vinyl. I don't have it on anything else. But so there are points though where I wish I could skip, but I can't. So I have to listen to the whole thing, and
you can move your needle over.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
You got to get up to do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm laying down eating a Twinkie, and I'm like, geez.
With a Playmate.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to, and you have to get it right on that little thin spot of clear sound. Otherwise, you're jumping into the song, and to hell with that. You don't want to be part of that. So,
I like vinyl.
I like vinyl. Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah. So, you want to go track by track, or what's up?
Sure.
All right. I've had enough. Into the Fire. Jody, go.
I think it's a great fucking song, man. A great opener and a heavy riff. And it has one of my all-time favorite middle eights by Kiss. So I'd say I dig it a lot.
For me, I like the song. I hate the solo. It's like a gazillion notes just thrown in, just
Yeah.
to throw in the gazillion notes.
Yeah, but we're gonna think that about all these songs except the ones that Bruce did. I think, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark St. John is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
I understand why they went for that, but I'm not a fan of that. You know,
And I don't really like the tone.
it is a little processed, as
Yeah.
Andrew would say.
Yeah.
Canadian pronunciation for you, buddy. Eh?
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Kiss, what do you think of the song?
I really like it. I don't know. That's not very descriptive, but yeah, it's a good song. Very positive, very macho, very gonna conquer the world sort of thing. You know.
Paul Stanley,
yeah.
Desmond Child.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote a lot of good songs together. And
Legendary writing team.
Yes, absolutely. Second song, Heaven's on Fire.
Love it. Oh, are we going in order?
No, go ahead.
still?
That's good. You love it. Why?
I love it. I don't know. It's like I don't want to say it's a dumb song. It's not a dumb song, but it's a very simple song. But I just I just want to party when I hear this song. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
seems like a good time song. Very fun song.
It's a Kiss staple song.
Mm-hmm.
It became one. It is a good song. It's a good sing-along song. You know, I did not like it when I saw the original guys do it on the
It
farewell
just seems
tour.
weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah, I mean, and I wonder. There's no solo, right?
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
that's
simple
weird.
song. It was
That's why
easier.
it's better than
That's
for the
Yeah.
single.
yeah, but that's why. I mean, if Mark St. John would have thrown a solo in there, Ace couldn't do it. Agree or no?
No.
He'd have played his own solo.
And it would have been better.
It would have been better. There's no when you listen to Mark St. John, there's no heart.
Nah, man.
Sorry, but, like we don't mean to disrespect him.
No,
like,
that's
but
right.
he's just he's not shouldn't have been in Kiss.
Right.
Like
Right.
you know, like as soon as he signed that contract, even he knew it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And
Like-
it has nothing. It's not a personal thing. It's a how the band sounded with him. You know.
Mhm.
And I mean, the solos are just.
And he's being dictated. Like they don't know what the fuck they want. Like they're telling him to play this, then play that. Just they don't know what they're after either. You know.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard? This one was a co-write with Mitch Weissman, right?
Right.
Wasn't it?
Why?
Well, yeah. I was reading some kind of interview with him, and he was saying that the big intro yodel bit,
Mm-hmm.
that was actually Paul just warming up in the studio, and he didn't hear the click track, Eric's click track come in, and that yodel that you hear is just the one that he was warming up, and then the song started like magically, so they just kept it that way, and like no one would ever believe that wasn't an edit, you know what I mean? But it just magically happened that way.
Whoa.
Wow.
And so they kept it. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have had that. Like, it's kind of an iconic, an intro bit, right?
Sure. Even Paul goes, this one by the beginning.
Right.
And then he strains himself doing it now.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened magically, and I think that's kind of cool. I think the song is overrated, though. I mean, I loved it when I was a young boy, but I've grown tired of it over the years, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take a little bit longer for me to grow tired.
I think it's interesting, though, that, coming off of Lick It Up, which was another single that didn't really have a guitar solo, that they went for another song without a solo,
Right, for a video. And the video is...
Video's hilarious.
Video's hilarious. It's all
Tons of fire gel.
Yeah,
Right.
porn. It's like a porn if you watch the just Paul coming out of showers with chicks. And have you ever noticed his hair looks perfect?
Eating it like a piece of cake.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, my favorite...
My favorite line.
Joe, what do you think about when Paul freaking eat it like a piece of cake and then...
I'm sorry I brought it up.
Yeah. the freaking finger in the mouth.
Finger in the mouth, yeah, that always bothers me.
What's that all about? Yeah, me too, dude.
It bothers me.
Andrew and I went back and forth about it a million times on
I
Straight.
should have fucking we're beating a dead horse.
But yeah, it's kind of... I've always been like, what the fuck is that about? But anyways, I digest.
All right, let's move on. I want to hear Andrew say his favorite line from any Kiss song ever. Burn, bitch, burn.
It's an active thrust, but any way you slice it.
Throwing your log in the fireplace.
This is like one of the most underrated Kiss songs ever.
It's an awesome song.
It
It's
is.
I know.
stupid lyrics, but
Stupid
fuck
lyrics, but the riff is cool.
Absolutely.
Killer riff.
I don't know why this. Well, probably because of the lyrics that this gets shit on, but it's a fucking great Gene song.
Yeah, it's one of his best.
Mm-hmm.
But
Everyone's
lyrically, he wasn't trying.
No. Well, does he really ever?
Yeah.
Right.
Really?
Good
Yeah,
point.
such a killer riff. I can remember being, a young guy, and this was my first new Kiss record, and I was like dying to start playing guitar. And this was one of those riffs that I wanted to play guitar so bad because of things like that,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of riffs on this album, actually, were very influential on me wanting to be a musician,
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I really enjoy it. I like the chorus myself. It's you sing along with it when you hear it.
So happy, that chorus.
It really is. Woo woo woo.
Woo.
I just sang. That's awful. I'm sorry out there.
I
for
had
you.
Paul McCartney and John Lennon just sharing a microphone going, just,
It's true.
It's great, man.
that's his Beatle influence
Yeah,
in there.
it's the throwback to the old school rock and roll Kiss,
Yeah,
you know?
it really is. All right, let's see here. Get All You Can Take.
Fucking love this song.
Yeah, me too.
It's got a really busy riff. you know?
Perfect Sunday, just like it's like the sun's out, just walking, that's like just the feel good song, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I dig this one too, man. It's very Zeppelin-esque riff.
It sounds very AC/DC too. Like when they get to the pre-chorus, like I picture Angus doing like a duck walk right before they get all you can take. I really do. Like,
I love that. Yeah, I can see that. I think it's one of the stronger songs on the record, man.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
But what fucking difference does it make?
Right. And it's like the first song where Kiss has a profane word in the lyrics, right?
Right, yeah. I'm going to, on podcastrockcity.com, I have found a couple of concerts, not video, it's all audio, where Mark actually played guitar with them. I found a couple on YouTube, and I'm going to put one on podcastrockcity.com this week. I have a new page on there. It's Concert of the Week. So you could go on and you could click on there and you could watch a concert, and it'll be it's really cool. And I think paying some homage to Mark St. John would be cool.
Right.
I mean,
Even though we just shit on his playing right now.
right, yeah. But the truth is, it's like Gene said. You could leave the band, but you can't leave the band. You will always be, hey, weren't you in Kiss?
Right.
And even though we don't. It's not that he's a bad player. It's just he doesn't.
No, it's just
fit.
he doesn't fit in.
He doesn't fit, right? I would love to play as well as Mark St. John does. I'd slow down a little bit.
Like it's like they put gasoline into a diesel engine. Doesn't make it bad. It's just not for them.
Right, exactly. Nicely done.
Thank you.
It's like all right. So let's see. Let's see. What else do we got? Lonely is the Hunter.
Fucking shit.
With a flower in her teeth,
Yeah.
she drained the last drop. Ladies and gentlemen, that's as close to porn as you're gonna get.
With a flower, though, how does that work?
I don't know. I'm imagining that the flower is like a metaphor
For
a part of his anatomy, but in his teeth, I don't know. Nobody ever wants that.
Next track. Unless you guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
Under the
it's
Gun.
definitely a filler.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Gun, though,
My favorite.
I dig it.
My
Favorite
favorite.
track.
That's my favorite track.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trippy.
Eric Carr.
Your car's killing it. On the drums.
And,
Killing it with Eric Carr.
when in the live version from Animalize Uncensored, when he's singing "Fire," that
Badass.
kicks ass.
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, it does.
It's like Eric Carr. Oh, speaking of, next week, and if you're listening right now, we're going to do an Eric Carr special.
Spoiler.
No. That's so people will know to listen next week as well. We're going to do an Eric Carr special. We're going to have a special guest, and you just have to tune in and listen. We're going to have some Eric Carr stories and find out what's going on with his foundation and everything else, and the website. And just tune in next week. Back to Eric Carr. He was amazing. I mean, when I listen to his playing on this album too, it's really good. I know we haven't touched on that yet, but I love. There's something about double bass and a Kiss song.
Yeah, Eric was killing it on this period.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he wanted to be when they joined Kiss, I think.
Yeah, Elder happened, and he was like, "What just happened?" And
Eric's on fire.
But Eric Carr, amazing. I love the double kick in the song. I love his playing. I love the singing. The song, Paul's on point.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think, Jody?
I like it. I kind of like when Kiss tries to go Motorhead. They do it on.
Yeah.
There's like one song on all the '80s albums. It's like it was either like a Motorhead meets like Van Halen kind of style.
They got really super Van Halen the next.
Yeah, they did.
Next album.
But I dig it. I mean, it's not one of my go-to songs on the record, but I don't dislike it. I like it. But I don't think it's one of the stronger ones on the record. It's not my favorite or anything.
I think that it sounds better live. I mean, I guess that's
totally kicks ass on the Animalize Live Uncensored deal.
I mean, and anybody could go back to that. It's always that, when you listen to that, because of course everything was faster on that album, and it just on that video, and it just seems so
heavy,
so
dude.
heavy,
They're like blazing like songs on that.
Some of the lyrics on it are, to use a Craigism, but they're really dopey. Like, let's hit the highway doing 69. Like, you can't help but just fucking.
That's like Van Halen influence, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally something like David Lee Roth would say.
Right. Well, he was trying to be part of that gang,
Right. I mean, I get what they were going for, and I like this record a lot more than some of the other '80s ones for sure. Just because it's production-wise, I think it sounds better than a lot of the other ones.
Really?
I do.
I think "Lick It Up" sounds way better than this.
Yeah, well,
that's just a personal.
Those two sound better than the rest, though, for sure. To me,
I think this sounds like one of the. I don't want to say weaker. That's not what it just seems a little bit more chaotic sounding. Like there's a precision on "Lick It Up," and I think that's not on here.
That's Vinny, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's pretty precise.
That's. I guess so. I just meant like the production in total, but.
I feel you. I mean, I do think the record sounds great, though. I mean, I do.
Oh, it doesn't sound bad.
Put it on the turntable and turn it up real loud.
Plus, there's no keyboards on this one, so.
Right. I like Paul's tone in this song. I don't like the solos and the tone of any of those. Man, they sound so
cluttered
and thin and almost like they took the amp and put it in an aluminum box.
I think he was probably playing through a rack full of shit,
Yeah. And everything made it thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
It's like, which sucks.
Too processed.
So the next song is "Thrills in the Night."
Love it.
Love the song. I love this song. We've talked about this before, but apparently there's a second video for it, and that's not the live video, and nobody's ever seen it, and of course we would all kill to see it.
Right. It's in the same vault as the iVideo.
Totally.
And I think the Gene Simmons sex tape should have been kept in that vault.
Oh, there you go.
Unfortunately, it wasn't.
Damn.
Hey, you.
Every time Andrew mentions that, all I can just flash of Gene's dick in my mind. Damn.
That's my.
You almost killed me right there.
That's my Angela right there. So.
Totally. That's brutal. Thank you for that, by the way.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I'll tell you what. One of the things that I totally love about this song is I love how when Paul starts singing, they go dun 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 dun, and then when it goes to the next part, it's digga 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 dun. They change it up.
I like that.
And I like that. I like how it's not just the same thing, over and over.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Is this co-written by Jean Beauvoir?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and he does background vocals on it, I believe.
Yeah, he might have played bass on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs that even on that interview I read with Mitch Weissman, he played rhythm guitar on some songs and played bass on Murder in High Heels.
Wow.
All kinds of stuff.
You think though that, and this is what always bugged me about Gene. He's all about saving money. So on his solo album, he said he didn't play any bass because he wanted to prove that he could play guitar. But why didn't he just save some money and not hire a session player and just play the bass himself as well?
Right.
That always
He wanted a bunch
bugged
of
me.
names on his record, you know.
But what are people going to recognize a session player if he's not? Like, can you name the bass player in Gene's solo album?
No.
Will Lee.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking out loud, but that's
Paul.
always
Isn't that
that's
on Paul?
always bugged me though.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, Will Lee played on Ace's album. Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he played on Ace's album. So no, I can't.
You see what like that always bugged me though. Like I never understood that, but
I know that Mitch Weissman did sing on it. Obviously, he was one of the guys from Beatlemania.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, the
He was on
Beatles.
See You Tonight and Mr. Make Believe and all kinds of shit.
Right. Yeah.
Beatles.
Interesting that they would bring him back,
Mhm.
for Animalize sessions after being on Gene's solo record. I don't think he's done anything between then. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. What's next? While the City Sleeps.
It's another kind of filler track in my mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the song. I don't think it's too bad. But I'm not completely thrilled with any of the songs Gene does on the record. I don't know why. It just seems like I said, it didn't feel like he was trying. And the truth was, he wasn't really, right?
Well, he wanted to be an actor. Like he
Right.
wanted to start his record label and just
Wasn't
all over the place.
In Paul's book at this point, Paul's going, hey, I think I want to be an actor. And Gene's going, I don't want to do that. And then the next thing you know, Gene's in a movie.
Right.
Right, yeah.
And that's something I can like totally get behind Paul in his book when he's saying just like I agree, like Gene shouldn't have like still been a partner and got the same amount because he wasn't putting in as much effort. Like
Right.
that was pretty much the Paul Stanley band right now, but Gene still got the cut for it.
And Paul would have to take Gene's crappy songs and
Mm-hmm.
try to polish turds,
Right,
Mhm.
yeah. And at that point too, that's another spot where I'm going. I just cannot get past the guitar tone in this song. I say it every time. I'm like, what is going on? And you almost can't blame Mark St. John because whatever he was playing through, they said take your guitar, plug it in right there, go.
Mhm.
It's,
Well, I find like a lot of the solos are cluttered. Like there's too much delay or reverb on there. Like
Yeah.
less is more. Like like
yeah. All right, so the last song on the record is "Murder in High Heels." I will tell you that I hate the song. No like.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a cool riff. I don't really
musically
like the
it's.
song, but that's a good riff. What's that, Andrew?
Oh, and I walked all over your.
No,
thing.
go ahead.
Well, that's the thing with most bad Gene songs that there's at least like a great riff in there, but like once the lyrical content, it just makes the song forgettable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's an unfortunate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bruce played on that one too, didn't he?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I like Bruce.
Yeah,
The ghost of Bruce.
Mr.
He
Bruce.
fits, dude. He
Yeah,
fits.
that was the one thing that he absolutely did. Did you guys see that Tommy Thayer now has been in the band longer than Bruce
Mm-hmm.
Kulick, which is crazy to me.
It doesn't feel that way, but yeah, it's true.
It really is. Okay, so that brings us to the end. If I give it a, for the album, I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. What about you guys?
3.5.
I think I'd go like 3.8.
3.8. Nice.
I think should we touch the Animalize Live and Uncensored? I mean, that was a big part of Animalize to me. It was like
No,
cool.
sure, yeah, I agree. You know, the MTV thing, and you know, that was the first time I
VHS.
saw it. Yeah, I saw it on MTV first.
Yeah, me too.
And then I was at the video store and saw it was for rental, and it never left my house.
Yeah, I used to rent it over and over until my mom finally bought me a copy.
Yeah.
Back then, like VHS tapes were like hella expensive.
Yeah. I have the Japanese bootleg.
Laserdisc.
No, it's not Laserdisc. Although, if you can find that, now there's a gem.
I got a friend who's got the Laserdisc.
I have a bootleg that has all of Paul's rants and everything in Japanese at the bottom.
Nice.
Yeah. I tried
Stories about the doctor's office and stuff.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Doctor.
But, yeah, man, you know, that was the first time, like, a lot of us that, you know, Eric Carr's drum solo, the first time you see that, you're like, wow, man, this guy is a basher, you know? And
I wish they wouldn't overdub DVD, or sorry, any, like, concert films, though. Like, who cares if there's mistakes on there?
Sure.
Because a lot of Paul's vocals and guitar is overdubbed.
And his stories are funny, and I want to say that he even messed up the lyrics to like Detroit Rock City or something like that.
He repeats 12 o'clock twice, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I think.
And they're playing all those songs so fast, which is cool. Back then was kind of cool.
Yeah,
because they were like modernizing classic Kiss songs, you know.
And I remember my friend Wayne. You know, he and I would just sit and watch it over and over and over. And we never got tired of it. You know, it was just, you know, that's one of the coolest thing about the video. You know, is that it doesn't get old, except for Gene's hair.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that wig is like, you know, I've been boning up for this episode, watching some Animalize stuff, and in interviews without the headband, that wig looks fucking cool on him. I think it's like one of his coolest wigs. It's got bangs, you know.
It's got bangs, yeah.
It hides that gigantic forehead of his.
Looks like
he's got like a 5 head. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
Is it Chris who's Garth Brooks' alter
Chris
ego?
Gaines.
Yeah, it's like the Chris Gaines haircut on Gene.
It looks cool in a couple of these. I was watching the Swedish interview from '84 last night when I got home from work, and I was thinking, man, Gene looks fucking cool as hell. He almost looks like, if he would have had a beard, it would have looked like Revenge Gene, you know? It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
But then, by the next year, he's just back to his regular hair on Asylum and with his gigantic forehead, and he looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and his dresses. He's wearing dresses.
Maud of Thunder.
Maud of Thunder, yeah.
That's funny. All right, so what do you guys think about Ask Andrew?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yes, it's a very awesome thing. If you guys don't know what Ask Andrew is, it's basically Andrew's 22 years old. He's our young buck, and when I say buck, I mean fuck. And he, you know, people are always like, "Man, what does Andrew think? You know, about this? I want to hear what
fucking asshole doing."
I want to hear what a young person thinks. And we got a question, and it's a good one, man. This is a really good one from Keith in the UK, and here it goes.
Hi, Keith.
Hey, Keith. It says, the year is 1978, and you have been employed by the Kiss Camp to be a personal assistant to one member of the band.
Oh, God.
Who do you choose and why? Go.
It's going to give me the less fucking headache.
It's easy for me. Theme. It's easy for me. I don't have a problem.
It's easy, really, because like it's either like extreme like alcoholism and just like flying off the handle and car crashes, or ego and boredom, and like I don't know which one would kill faster. Probably gonna have to go with Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
because you like to watch, huh?
Yeah. See, for me, it's all right. Wait, Jody, let's do it at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Paul.
Ace.
Oh, Ace. See, now I go with Paul because I'll take his leftovers.
Nice.
Yeah, but Ace would probably get me killed or have a better
That's a lot
chance
of
to get me.
cake.
That's a lot of cake.
Well, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, it would be really fun to party with Ace. But I think if I would have been there, I could have maybe reeled him in and kept him in the fucking band and kept Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to switch to Ace because, like, as much as like I could die, at least I'd be having fun, and I wouldn't like Peter would like it'd be like sad alcoholism, like he'd be complaining and then probably like throw shit at me all the time or whatnot. See.
And yeah, I mean, I still would go with Paul. I would go with Paul
Plus, I
just
just
because of
played-
the women.
I just learned how to play poker like on Friday. I was at a friend's house, so I had a lot of fun with that. I was shit at it, but just like playing card games with Ace, that'd be fun. Maybe he'd throw a Les Paul up my way or something.
Yeah, now
Oh,
you're
there you
talking.
go.
Now the dream is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta hang out with Ace.
Got to hang out with Ace, I guess. I hear you, but I still would go with the women. Anyway, that was our Ask Andrew. Thank you, Keith from the UK. That was a good question. Next week we have a question that is it's been sent in by somebody. And it's an Ask Everybody question. There's 3. Everybody.
That was very cute. I love that.
Absolutely, and we'll get into that next week. We'll also be talking about Eric Carr. Make sure you listen.
Make sure tune in, Muff.
Tune in, and don't forget to leave us a review on iTunes. I almost forgot where to leave the review. Leave the review on iTunes. This way it could help us out. We appreciate it very much. Mr. Jody, do you have anything to add?
Hey, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Mr. Kiss.
Thank you for listening. Hope you have a great day. I don't know why I said it like that, but...
And I want to thank you guys. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to go to podcastrockcity.com. Check out the site. Order a T-shirt. Let us know how much you love us. Donate, if you can, a little bit of cashola to the show so we can pay for putting the show out. It's pretty expensive, but we're not complaining. We just want a little help if you don't mind. Anyway, we love a lot of Kiss shows, and you will hear their commercials in 3, 2, 1.
Peace.
Greetings from Jandal Kiss Army. Strange Ways Podcast is having a rock and roll party and you are invited. Tune in and hang out with your Kiss Army bros where they celebrate and discuss the gods of thunder. You can find the Earth versions on Podomatic, iTunes, Facebook, and Stitcher. Just Google us.
Yes.
Thanks for listening, and remember to eat it like a piece of cake.
You wanted the best, you got the best. And if you want the hottest show on Montco Radio, join us in the Kiss Room. The Kiss Room is a monthly radio broadcast celebrating the hottest band in the world. It's your place for all things Kiss and some... For broadcast dates and all information, go to thekissroom.com. The Kiss Room broadcasts live and worldwide on Montco Radio, where music and minds meet.
All right, Kiss Army. Since 2007, you've been getting Podkissed, the Kiss audio fanzine for your ears.
That's right, it's your Podkissed. Every month, the Podkiss crew, along with the Kiss Room, brings you Kiss talk like no one else, whether it be roundtables, interviews with the band past and present, analysis, and great Kiss fun.
Hi, this is Ace Frehley, and you're listening to Podkiss.
Hi, this is Bruce Kulick, and you're listening to Podkiss.
The Podkissed, the Kiss audio fanzine for your ears.
History Science Theater, the most civilized.
Yeah. Oh, Lee, come on.
Respectful.
Just imagine Gene with like a washed up bass. Boom, 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 boom.
And serious.
No, wait. Excuse me, Bob. You're gonna come over and do my album.
Kiss podcast on the web. History Science Theater. We bust balls because we care.
Hey everybody, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Chris.
And we're from the Decibel Geek Podcast. And if you love this...
then you'll love us.
That's right. Brand new episode every single Monday. You can find us on iTunes and at decibelgeek.com. And the best thing is, it's rock and roll and it's always free.
Hey, this is Nick, co-host of The Pod of Thunder, the only Kiss podcast that breaks down the entire Kiss song catalog one track at a time. Every week we have a new song chosen at random, and we do our best to analyze it. We talk about Kiss-related topics and non-Kiss-related topics, all the while trying not to kill each other. If you like the sound of that, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and especially on iTunes. Pod of Thunder!
Ladies and gentlemen, do you like metal, punk rock, hardcore, and cracking jokes about being a fan? Yes? Then check out Music the Lifeblood, the podcast that goes deep into the core of being a fan with new music from badass bands, band and genre discussions, along with in-depth interviews from some of punk, metal, and hardcore's titans. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, Tumblr, and Facebook. Something old, something new. What are you listening to?
Music, the lifeblood.
Baby, you know it's